Greetings, this is the Baron. This is my third video covering the second annual Goblin Hero Cup, a tournament organized by Jonathan Lai. It's a Swedish event which was held at IKEA in Paramus, where we gathered over 45 mages and raised over $5,500 for the Valerie Fund, a fundraiser that all supports children with cancer and blood disorders. We had a great time, great event, great cause. There were raffle items and side games, and Mark Teeden even did an altar of a Goblin Hero for our first place prize. Let's get to this round 3 of the Goblin Hero Cup. Here we go. Our player with the Nintendo mat on the right is first up. Mox, thinking about it, Soul Ring. Okay, you drop a land here. Is that what we thought was? Yeah, that's what the thought was. It's a Bazaar. Ooh, yeah. Show me a Reanimator deck, baby. Oh, man, a Loa game. Turn 1 Loa. I know you were excited to get that. I think that's Don on the left. Don exclamation point is how you spell his name. And he's a great player. Did really great in this tournament. And sometimes it's just luck. Sometimes a turn 1 low will just get you there. No shade, no shade. Just spitting facts here. You know how it be. But you are up against a hell of a situation right now. Like, look at that. This is the, I don't want to call it a problem with a Loa, but you know, there's no problem with a Loa. You know, let's get that straight. But if you are in the Loa game, you are taking your time. You're not rushing the board. You're not dropping Moxes and Soul Rings and all kind of whatnots. You're on the Loa. That's it. You play 2 cards a turn. That's your game. 7, 8, 7, 9, 8, 7, 6, 7, 8. That's your whole life. Our Reanimator player, though, oh, I can't see what that is. I hope it's not his discard pile. That might be a Shivan Dragon. We're going to find out. Animate Dead, yeah, baby. Oh, man, I really wish we could see that discard pile. So we got a Shivan Dragon on the field, and that is scary to look at. But you got white mana open. You got your Loa draw. You got a City of Brass. Bolts will not get you there. Well, a single bolt will get you there. 2 will, but that's some investment. You have an orb. You want to do that? You can disenchant the Animate Dead. A lot of options here, and a lot of cards to choose from. Being on that Loa for a few turns now. Well, 1 or 2 turns, whatever. Still good. Still good card advantage. There's a red mana. What's it going to be? It's the orb flip. Okay. On the Animate Dead, it's hit. Ship goes back to the yard. And, oh boy, I love Reanimator decks. I ran one just once, and I did like all the Elder Dragons and like Dak and Blackblade with Concordant Crossroads, and just try to get them all out smacking. I got 3 out of 4 one game. I think it might be one of my earlier videos actually. So I don't know. I always think about going back to that, and it's always fun to watch a Reanimator deck work. You know, do its thing. There's a whole, I think it's a Facebook group. I think it's called Mischief Night, or maybe it's a Discord, and it's all about Reanimator decks. And I'm on there, and I'm always looking and thinking about it. There's the Shivan coming back, and there's the swords. What is that? What was that? What did I just see? Was it a counterspell? I think it was a counterspell. Okay, Shivan's still on the field now, and Shivan is such a great target for the Animate Dead. You know, his base power goes to 4, but he's got fire breathing. He's, you know, he could still be a 4-hit, you know, creature. But there's a second plow at a Don on the left here. So that'll get the job done. Doing the Sylvan thing. You're at 15. I say pay 8 life. He just took 1. Okay. Well, you got the Bazaar too, right? So Sylvan Bazaar is actually a really good setup. 4/5 mana for a Brain Geyser for 3. He already knows what that card is. He didn't want to pay the life for it. He wants to either draw through it or draw it, not wanting it in his bin. So that's an interesting thing to see. Because you know, he has the knowledge. He knows what those next 2 out of 3 cards he's about to draw are. Don's got some choices to make. It looks like he's allowing it to happen though, because we get 2 City of Brasses. You know, is it worth 2 life? He also knows that his opponent saw these cards already. So, you know, it's an interesting choice. You know, and I'm not saying like I disagree with what happened here. Just, you know, it's one of those moments in the game that you're like, you think about. That's what I'm saying. And look at these boards. You know, I was at this event looking at games like this, and I'm like, and this is for all us, you know, people that on this channel are probably old school players, but there's probably those people that don't have the cards or are interested in old school, that proxy cards or whatever. But when you're at a tournament like this, and you're seeing these cards, shipping back out, hardcast with a Lotus, and that is Mana Drain, and that is Counterspell, I guess that's what it is. Paying 2 life to counter the counter, so Shivan stays out, Mana Drain resolves, and it's going to be 6 mana in Don's pool. But it looks like he's off his lower game. But anyway, like I was saying, it's crazy to see these cards still being played. From 1993 till now, 2025, these same cards on the table. Like, these Moxes, these dual lands. Chaos Orb is one of the craziest ones, you know, being that it's, you know, I forgot there's the term for it. Agility-based card or something like that. There's a Suchi out there, part of that 8 mana, I guess, with that Brain Geyser, or 6 mana from the Mana Drain. But it's really cool that some people have had these cards, some people tucked them away, some people invested in them, and then people with money now bought them, whatever. But like, it's just so cool not just to see this stuff, but also to be a part of it. You know, me, I'm not rolling dough. I paid like $20 for my Mox Jet, you know, and I just held on to it since 1995. But and other Mox were the same way. I think I paid, you know, $200 or less for my Emerald when I got it eventually. Now that I have an Alpha Emerald, I think I paid $600 for that at the time. But nothing like what they are today. It's not something I can do. That was like my whole bank account, but it was just a great deal, and it was like the one Mox I was missing. You know, I'm not saying, you know, I'm not saying anything really. I'm just talking about it. But Suchi on top of Suchi action. He can't be contained by his playmat anymore. He's taking up the board. A lot of stuff going on. Look at that. Ancestral. Like, oh, that Trike did not make it. He got disenchanted, I guess. And with the Trike in that situation, you can't. Well, the disenchant's fine, but if it's getting swordged, you got to go 2 and 1. You got to kill himself. That way he ends up back in your yard. That way you could reanimate him. What's the target me here? Shivan or Trike? It's going to be Shivan. And I think, oh man, how many plows you got in your hand, man? Okay, another swords on another dragon. And I was saying it's got to be a dragon because you can get that power back up. You can get him back to, you know, a faster, more lethal force. But these Suchis, they're coming on in. They're dropping all the way down to 3. And there's a Trike. Ping, ping, pow. You're done. All 3 shots to the face. Okay, that was a great game 1. Very interesting decks. Very cool to see them rock and roll over here. Let's skip ahead to game number 2. And when I see Reanimator, I really think All Hallows Eve. But it doesn't necessarily have to be that. You know, like, it could just be drawing past cards, throwing out creatures to get your mana to you know, animate dead, even erase dead. You know, I think people sleep on raise dead. It's, you know, you draw cards, you discard creatures, and you keep your mana, you keep your Reanimator cards, and you just get them when you can cast them. Instead of it being a dead card in your hand for turns and turns and turns, just throw it in the bin. You'll get it later. Get it when you can cast it. And I think that's severely overlooked by almost every player ever. It's not as effective as an Animate Dead. 2 mana, it's right in the field. You're not paying 6 mana for a Shivan. You're not waiting to get the 6 mana. You're just doing it for 2. I get it. You know, you don't gotta beat me up on that. But I just feel like if you wanted to, you can make a different kind of Reanimator deck. It doesn't have to be everyone the same. And I don't know if there is an All Hallows Eve in this deck or not. Not yet. We haven't seen it. But maybe that's too much of an investment even. Crumbling that Felwar Stone. Wow. Taking away red and green on that crumble. Red from the Mox. And there's a City of Brass. I think just keeping you away from 6 mana is what that crumbled. Oh, throwing away 2 Moxes. What's in his hand? You can't toss away their animates. But there is a trike out, and taking the damage from that City of Brass. Is it going to be, yeah, a Divine Offering? Okay. So, like, this is one of those where you shoot 2 and shoot 1 to deny the 6 life. But, depending on the situation, maybe you do shoot 3 times, let them have 6 life, but I don't know why that would be the plan. Anyway, here we are. And Bazaar is another card I just don't own. It's too much money. It's a card I've never had. It's a card I probably never will have. I might just do Mind Bomb. 1 blue, discard my creatures, and get on with my life. And that way my land is tapped for mana. You know, Bazaar not like tapping for a Carless is rough. Like, I know it's a strong card already, but like it's a land drop. Like if you're not dropping a Mox that turn, you're behind in mana, and that can make the world of a difference. Sylvan, and it's just a no. You can't have that. And then there was a plow and a trike for that. Okay. Good game. No Loa this time, which is going to make it a little better game, hopefully. And it looks to be that's the case. There's a third Animate Dead now. And there's another quick answer. This deck is packed with them. It looks like he's got the full set. You know, the 4 swords, the 4 disenchants, that Divine Offering, probably from the sideboard. So there is a lot of hate on Don's side against our Reanimator over here. In with the factory for 2. He sneaks on in. That's surprising. If you had a way to deal with that factory, you got to deal with it. Because that is mana number 6 right now. And that's all the difference in a robot deck like that. Discarding Crossroads. And I guess the Mox. No, it's draw 3, discard 2, right? So 2 Crossroads. That's scary. I mean, what's in that hand? And I think it's part of the Bazaar too. Is like sometimes you get desperate. You just have to do it and hope you draw or have the Reanimator. Yeah, here we are. There's a strip and taking that away because it's your whole plan really. You just fill that yard, especially if you got multiple target. Not multiple target, but like All Hallows Eve mass Reanimator. And we got plenty of mana now. There's another freaking Loa out there. Loa's drawing a card, it looks like. So we're at 7 already. That is so strong. And this factory is a little chuggy factory that could bring his opponent down to 10. 14 and 10. And discarding a Wrath. That's an interesting choice too. You know, I feel like you're in a good spot to be holding a Wrath. You got your factory out. Your opponent's down to 10. That's 5 turns, and your opponent just sneaks creatures out of nowhere. It's worth paying 4 mana to kill a creature sometimes, even just 1. Another Bazaar hits the field, but it's not used because it's hard going in a blind. You need to see with the Sylvan before you decide what you're going to do to make it effective and not just, blindness. Oh, that's a good one, though. 2 Shivens hitting the yard, and there's a Time Walk. This is very dangerous. What's going to happen? It's all to this Sylvan. It's on a Sylvan draw right here. I saw an Ancestral you just put back there. That's worth 4 life. Drops the Orb. It's getting countered, though. And it's going to be Red Blast. Yeah, it's the only card in the hand, it looked like. And another counterspell. Wow. Man, that was a lot of energy. But he's not in a worse situation. He'll take 2 from the factory now, it looks like. What is this? Red, green, plus 2. Suchi. Okay, as long as there's no Time Walk, you're okay still. Because you'll draw that Ancestral. Oh, we can see the Red Blast, though, right now. That Ancestral will not land. There's a copy. Alright, from 8 down to 6. Lethal on the board. You got to get out of this. Oh, man. There was a Modi there. And he went for the Trike. Maybe there wasn't an Ancestral. Maybe I made that up. Trike land. Oh, and that's game. Wow, okay. 2-0 for Don on the robots. That was great. I love Reanimator. I'm always rooting for the Reanimator deck, too. Because you don't see them often. And I don't know. They feel spicy. You know, it feels like you know, it's not your everyday. You get to see a Reanimator deck just do its thing. So, anyway, I thought that was great. Oof. We got one more video coming out. It's game 4, and or I missed 4. I'm going to 5, and I don't know. I got one more game on my channel, and the finals will be on Timmy Talks. So, check me out, and then go check him out. And before you go anywhere, check this out. If you like what I do, if you're enjoying the content I'm putting out, if you want to let me know I'm doing a good job, and I keep it up, do some more, let me know. Go to my description here, click that link, and throw me like $2 or $3 a month. You know, you're not going to miss it, and it's going to make the world difference for me. So help out. Come on.